Yes. Nürnberg, Volume 1. Nürnberg gets the job done. Why does the rest of the crew find her so difficult? Everyone, listen to me for a moment. Our supply rooms have grown especially disorganized recently and are all in need of some help. I know it's no one's favorite job, but I'd be happy to help, Captain. Wonderful, thank you for the help, Nürnberg. Well, I admire your enthusiasm. Are you excited? Why are you this excited to work in the supply rooms? No one is this excited to work in the supply rooms. I always approach work enthusiastically. I haven't had many chances to help out on board, but figured this would be a great opportunity. Great might be too strong of a word, but I appreciate your willingness to lend a hand all the same. Captain, we have Nixon approaching. Everyone to your stations. Now, Nürnberg, I know you were initially enthusiastic over the prospect of helping out on board. As you can see, the equipment room needs a lot of work. Nürnberg? Are you smiling so widely? Are you quite alright? I'm going to be honest. You're looking a little deranged there. Not the first time I've been told that. I'm sure much of the crew would look at this room and see hours of work in front of them. But me, I see possibilities. You see possibilities? In the equipment room? Just wait, Captain. You'll see. Well, you'll have to wait, because we have Morganas coming this way. But you know what I mean. Nürnberg, are you still working in the equipment room at this hour? Wait. Nürnberg, what's happened in here? Everything's a mess. You're going to pick this up, right? I expect better from my crew, Nürnberg. How? Just why? Yeah, calm down. In order to properly organize an area, it's important to pull everything out and get to the heart of the problem. A little mess is necessary. And I hardly think this qualifies as a little mess. From where I stand, it looks much worse than it did when you arrived. Well, you're just going to have to put some faith in me and my abilities. Besides, that's the alarm sounding now, isn't it? Looks like we have some Nixon to deal with. What have I gotten myself into? Nürnberg, I know you wanted me to put faith in you and your abilities, but... Yeah? But what, Capitan? Is everything alright? How is this possible? The room looks perfect. Be honest, how many crew members did you force to help clean this mess? What deal with the devil did you make to take care of this room so quickly? No deals of the supernatural kind were made, I can assure you. I told you I saw possibilities. You should have listened to me. Maybe you should have elaborated on the word possibilities. Look at this. All the life vests organized by size, the lines all perfectly coiled. Amazing. Well, if you'd like to put my organization skills to use everywhere, I'd be happy to lend a hand. No, I hate to pull you away from your new favorite place on board, but we do have Morganas approaching from the southwest. Nürnberg, I just left the galley. The way you organized the food stuff was nothing short of miraculous. The cooks looked like they might cry. I'm glad I'm getting to help. I love having a mission, some sort of work to do. I'm happy to hear you say that, because the medical staff have expressed interest in overhauling their supply room. Would you mind helping them out? I told them you would assist them. And because you find this sort of thing strangely invigorating, I thought you might like to help. You thought correctly. I'm glad to hear it. I'll send word for them to expect you. Nebek, what are you doing? Oh, sorry, Captain. I was trying to write and pay attention at the same time, but I'm not always the best multitasker. What are you working on? The book looks old. It's my wonder butch. I keep a record of everywhere I go and everything I do inside. Surely you've seen me writing in it before. So what you're saying is that you're just as organized personally as you are in the supply rooms. Well, well, aren't you funny? Oh, that's probably true. Either way, I'm glad to have you on board, and I'd be interested in hearing some of the tales you have from your book at some point. I'm sure they would be interesting. I'd be happy to share some in the future, but right now there are Morganas heading this way. I'll go sound the alarm. Having fun making a mess of the medical supplies, Nürnberg? It's been nowhere near the catastrophe of the equipment room was. At the least, people aren't exclaiming "Good God" every time they pass by. Heh. Well, I very much appreciate your efforts. Keep up the very excellent work, Nürnberg. I'm sure the medical staff is thrilled by the work you're doing. I'm glad you think my work has been excellent. What does that mean? Oh, have your methods been a little much for the medical staff? Don't worry. I'm sure they'll get used to it eventually. I did after all. Some of them. Captain, we have Nixon spotted north of us. Don't worry, Nürnberg. Everything will be fine. Captain? Oh, how can I help you? The medical supply overhaul proceeding as planned? I want to talk to you about Nürnberg. Maybe it's just because I'm American, but her organization's skills are exemplary, aren't they? I can't wait to see how everything looks once she's done. Has something happened? I know she's a handful, but try to bear with her. Oh, trust me, we've tried. She doesn't listen to anyone. I know she's good at what she does, but if we have a difference of opinion, she doesn't take anything we say into consideration. She's assured she knows the best way of doing everything, and we can't convince her otherwise. She's so narrow-minded. That's the alarm. You should head to your stations, but don't worry, I'll talk to her. Thank you, Captain. Well, hello, Captain. Do you ever sleep, Nürnberg? Eh, not much when I have a job to do. I can't ever seem to rest when I know there's much more to be done. Where is the rest of the medical staff? Did they leave you here by yourself? I've heard ramblings that your work ethics have proven to be overwhelming. You might be able to rest more if you didn't drive off the rest of the medical staff. You're not wrong. Honestly, I didn't mean to offend their staff. I feel bad we couldn't come to an understanding considering how things should be organised. Captain, we have Nixon spotted. We'll work this out, Nürnberg. Of course, Captain. I can sort out any kind of mess, especially these unkept Hexen. How can I help you, Captain? After hearing how bad you felt over the situation with the medical staff, I talked to them. They're willing to work things out with you if you're willing to compromise with them. Well, I appreciate your efforts, Captain. And I do still feel bad that the officers and I weren't able to work together. But I'm not going to compromise with them. What? Alright, let me rephrase. You will compromise with medical officers. I know there had been some drawbacks with your unparalleled organisation skills. 9. I will not. The medical officers, their initial ideas for organising that room were some of the worst ideas I've ever heard. Slow, inefficient. How would I consider such methods? Because you realise your captain would really appreciate it if peace was kept on this ship between its crew and its resident supernatural being. I've almost finished organising the medical supply room. What if I promise that, after it's taken care of, I try to smooth things over with the medical staff? Well, it's better than nothing, I suppose. But they're really going to have to work on your people. You're really going to have to work on your people skills in Nürnberg. That's not the first time I've heard that. Doesn't the medical supply room look wonderful, Captain? Every glass polished, every syringe in its proper place, and finished weeks ahead of time. Don't tell the medical staff I told you this, Nürnberg, but it looks fantastic. Although... What? Do you think the ends always justify the means? That it doesn't matter how many people you step on as long as the job is done well? I know it isn't the most popular notion, but look at all this. But I look at it like this. Did I take over and offend some of the staff? Yeah? But ultimately, I know I'm helping them. Even if I'm not acting exactly how they'd prefer, their medical supplies are in perfect order. And it isn't just them benefiting, but the crew in general. The next time someone needs medical attention, the staff will know exactly where they find what they need. Is it possible you could have learned something from them if you had been more open to their ideas? You got the job done. That's what matters right now. The crew matters the most. Take care of their needs, not just their perfection. Not just your need for perfection. Anything is possible. But that's a discussion for another time. We have Morganas coming within range. Alright, Nürnberg. And? And nothing. Think about it in your own time. We have Morganas to deal with right now. This... I will execute to the best of my abilities, Captain. Let's see what we have here. Oh, that's a lost cause. What? These potatoes don't look that bad. I know, this meat does look bad. At least I think it's meat. I don't care what you say. I've convinced myself the filling in this pie is cherry, and that's good enough for me. No, not the food. Nürnberg over there. Trying to make nice with the medical staff. I've never seen so many jaws and cold shoulders. I tried to warn her. Tell me, Nürnberg, your conversation with the medical staff didn't go as well, did it? I did try, but every time I'm around them, they seem to just get angry. I suppose my people skills have left something to be desired for a while now. They could probably use a little improvement. For the good of the crew, that's probably something you should work on. You think? Yeah, I know. But you said they've left something to be desired for a while now. What does that mean? I used to get along better with others. At least I think that was the case before the war began. It was a gradual change. I'm not sure how it happened. Captain, we have Nixon heading this way. Alright, better get to your stations. Nürnberg? And Captain? Yes? There's a storm heading this way from the west. The crew should probably prepare the ship. Almakid. You weren't kidding about this storm, Nürnberg. It's one of the worst I've seen. 99999. What's wrong? Are you alright? Pull yourself together, Nürnberg. What's going on? What are those wet, dripping papers in your hand? Don't tell me to pull myself together. I left mine in the Wonderbratch outside. The spine is already weak, and the wind and rain could cause it to break. I was only able to find these pages. The rest flew over. Oh no, I'm sorry, Nürnberg. Here, lay down the pages so they can dry. Captain, I think there are Nixon out there. I'll sound the alarm. We'll tend to these pages as soon as we're done, Nürnberg. Alright? Alright, Captain. And danke. Let's put our backs into it. You understand that there are other people on board who could have helped you open a stuck door, right? That thought passed through my head about 5 seconds after I asked you. Everything just seems to be hectic since the storm's passed. Oh, don't worry about it too much. You really should think before you speak next time. Alright. This will just be my upper body exercise for the day. If you say so, Captain. I think I almost have it open. There it goes. Thanks so much, Captain. That's a lot of boxes. What is all of this? Paperwork. Fortunately, most of it looks like it's still dry. Though what's that page on the floor? The one by your feet? It's... well, this is interesting. What? I know this handwriting. It belongs to... Captain, we have Nixon ahead this way. You'd better get ready. Nürnberg, I have a small surprise for you. What, this paper? Oh, Captain, where did you find this? I'll give you 5 guesses, no 20. No, I just don't think you'll figure it out. It was in a closet. In a closet. And a place that begins with C and ends with closet. A closet? How peculiar. This is the last page I wrote in my Wonderbook. Do you know what that means? That you really should have found a better bookbinder? You're a real pain sometimes. You know that? Although, actually, you're probably right, which is beside the point. Alright then, what is the point? Point is I wasn't in my corporeal form when these pages were scattered. So that possibly that some of them phased through the ship's walls and got stuck. And you know it would really mean a lot to me if you would help me find them. Help me look for them. I've been so disappointed in myself since I lost them. Well, at least I know now you're unafraid of using sympathy to get what you want. So you'll help? Well, I figure us searching comes with added benefits of keeping you away from the medical staff for a while. Maybe that will help them cool off. Wonderful. We'll start just as soon as we deal with these Nixon ahead of us. Galley is always a little creepy when no one else is here, isn't it? Haven't you heard the story of the headless chef who roams the mess hall at night, searching for the hat that he will never be able to use? You're a strange one sometimes, Captain. Oh, look what I found here underneath the counter. Ah, another page. You're amazing. So, since I'm helping you search for lost pages, does that mean I forget to finally hear what you have written? Okay, although I'm afraid you all might be disappointed if you've been building up anticipation for a while now. Let's see. Ah, here we are. I've been getting my thoughts down as best as I can, remember? From before I awakened? This came just before the war began. More and more I see the people of Germany united. And that gives me confidence. Confidence in us as a nation. Confidence in our hopes for the future. I find this confidence dispelling any lingering doubts. With this confidence, I have no fear of what's coming. This is the right path. The only right path. You sound pretty, confident in Hitler's vision for the future. What's not to be assured about? Now there are Morganas heading this way. We should see to it. Captain? Captain, up here. Captain, I really could use your help for a moment. How in the world did you get up there, Nürnberg? You really aren't supposed to be up there, Nürnberg. Oh no. I just want to wait in here and watch you try to get down. Not easily or gracefully. I thought there might be a page up here. I was right, by the way. It turns out my climbing skills might be better than my descending skills if you just... Nürnberg, can't you float? Oh, ha, you're right. Aren't you aren't you? Sometimes I spend so much time in my corporeal form, I forget that entirely. Thanks, Captain. Unbelievable. There's the alarm. Why don't you float on down to your post? No need for that tone, Captain. It isn't as if I made you climb up here for the page. How's the page collecting going, Nürnberg? I've been finding more and more underneath mattresses inside empty bottles of cleaner, hiding inside other books. These pages are quite the sneaky devils. Well, I certainly applaud your exploratory abilities. I assume somewhere in amongst all of this searching you found some time for your duties on board. Inside empty bottles of cleaner? Don't struggle trying to understand the eccentricities of my world, of my ship, Captain. You should just accept it for what it is. What was written on your most recent page? This is a good entry. An earlier one than the last. I heard something new today. My mind hasn't stopped racing trying to comprehend the possibilities. The ideals are radical. Some worrying so, but the potential, the chance that these ideas would give Germany... Well, could I turn my back on them? It was an exciting time here in the Vol1 shaft for the first time. The prospect of a united German people. My world has turned upside down by it. You mean you heard an entirely new view and accepted it? If you told the medical staff that, I'm sure they would believe you. If you told the medical staff that, I'm not sure they would believe you. What was that, Captain? Sorry, I missed it. There are Nixon approaching. I'll go sound the alarm. Any other places to search coming to mind, Nürnberg? We've scoured so much of the ship. I'm not sure many other places we could search. What about the engine room? Should probably check the wardroom next. The rummage is next on my list. I had the officers check there yesterday. Huh. Have you looked in your trouser pockets? Oh, you're very funny. Nürnberg. Wait. How in the world did it get in there? I stuck it in when you weren't paying attention. You should see the look on your face, Wonderful. Aren't you the prankster? Here you go. With that page in your hand, you have a sizable wonder bunch for me. Something wrong? Oh, this most recent page. It reminds me of harder times. When I travelled before the war, I remember sensing so many people. All the Germans, well, they were having a difficult time. The Treaty of Versailles caused so much economic turmoil. And I saw it. Saw how much they struggled, how little hope they had. That's why you were so excited of the prospect of a Germany united. You had seen their hardships and thought that by working together, they could rise above their struggles. You know, this is a depressing topic, and one I'd really not rather dwell on. Chanel, Captain. Sarah Nixon heading this way. Captain? Ah, hello there, Nürnberg. Don't remember saying you could read my Wanderbruch, Captain. Sorry, you caught me. I wasn't reading, the book was left open and I was just passing by. Considering the amount of time I've devoted to helping you find these pages, I think I'm a little entitled to a read or two. I don't really mind. I just like giving you grief. Something does perplex me, however. Was, Captain? These earliest pages from before. There's an openness I don't see in later entries. Here even. While you were asleep, you're contemplating different philosophies without rejecting any of them. It was a different time. I think we're all different before the war started. Before we could see for ourselves. Anyway, the Rennick's and heading this way. I'll head to my post. Here it is, my completed Wanderbutch. Isn't it a sight for sore eyes? I did the binding myself this time, so we shouldn't have any more unfortunate incidents. Honestly, I can't believe we found every page. What are the chances? Now both of us can return to our duties on board. Considering some of the places we found these pages, I'm surprised the book doesn't spell more than it does. It is boasting a few new odours, that's for certain. What do you think I should do with it now? I was thinking the crew might find it interesting, although they can be a little careless when it comes to books. Nürnberg, wait. You're missing a page. Fine, I'm not. Yes, you are. Look. It starts on page 2. Oh, the first page. It didn't have any recollections. It's not important. You what? You don't want the first page? I said it isn't important. Captain, we have Nixon inbound. Thank you, officer. Well, alright, Nürnberg. We should be on our way. Come on. How could have it ended up? Captain, what are you doing? Poking around in the cabinet? Or what are you doing poking around in that cabinet? Just trying to find my favourite pen. Is it really any of your business, Nürnberg? As Admiral, an Admiral is visiting and I'm looking for a place to hide. Is that a joke, right? Well, that is a joke, right? Can I help you with something? Nine. I was just saying hello. It's just that, I don't know, you're acting a little odd. Oh, that's the alarm sounding, isn't it? Yeah. I guess I'll go to my position. Phew, that was close. You've been acting strangely recently, Captain. Strange? Me? How so? I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, you do. Now, tell me what you've been up to. Fine, I've been trying to find the first page of your Wanderbutch. Alchmecht. What did I tell you about that? I told you it wasn't important. That's a strong reaction. Careful with your tone, Nürnberg. I think there's something on that page that you don't care to see. That's of no consequence to you. That page is my own. Mine. It's none of your concern, so leave it alone. I just don't understand. Nixon are coming. After we're done with them, I don't want to discuss this again. That's not your decision to make, Nürnberg. Nürnberg, are you listening? Thanks for your help with the training exercises early today, Captain. Or Officer. Yes, Captain. By the way, that frame on your wall is crooked. See there? Is it? Just a bit. Just a bit. Don't trouble yourself. I've got this. Thanks for pointing that out. I keep it that way on purpose. Just trying to help, Captain. I didn't mean to imply anything. That will be all. Of course, sir. I'll be on my way. This frame never stays straight. I might just have to... Wait, what's behind it? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. It's the first page of Nürnberg's book. And there's barely anything on it. Even a quote. Oh, good grief. Sorry to bother you again, Captain, but there are Nixon heading this way. Thank you, officer. You're dismissed. This is sure to go over well. Nürnberg? Yeah, Captain? Oh. You'll be happy to hear this. One of the medical officers has finally taken to me today. Has finally talked to me today. I mean, she only replied in monosyllabic answers, but that's an improvement. I have something to tell you, but I don't think you'll be very happy with me. What is it? It was honestly a complete accident, but I found the first page of your Wonderbutch. You're unbelievable, you know that? What I did wasn't wrong, Nürnberg. It was in my cabin. This is my ship. I have the authority to look for what I want on my ship. Like it or not, someone was bound to find it eventually. So, justify your actions. Go for it. Give it to me. Bitte. Yeah, it's yours. But what it says, that quote. There are Nixon coming. You better take care of it, don't you think? Snap out of it. Let's get to battle stations. Nürnberg? Are you doing alright, Nürnberg? You seem somewhat scarce recently. You read what was on the first page. Yeah, I have to say, a Mark Twain quote wasn't what I was expecting. Travel is fatal to prejudice, bigotry, and narrow-mindedness. I hadn't looked at it in ages, but when you pointed it out that it was missing, well, I didn't think about it. When I awoke, I was reading everything I could get my hands on. That quote was the first thing I wrote in my Wonder Bunch. I thought I would live by these words as I travelled. But I think there was the possibility that the person who I was then might not entirely be the person I've become. You think you were more open-minded while you were asleep, while you were travelling before the war? Oh, I know that I was. So, where does that leave you now? Thinking perhaps, but I wanted to say, yes? I'm sorry for the way I reacted, and thank you for looking for the page. Thinking is a good thing, after all. Something that perhaps I've avoided recently. At least as far as it concerns certain areas of life are concerned. You're going to be alright. Are you going to be alright? Am I going to be alright? Of course. Nelda Morgana's heading this way. I said we go deal with it. What do you say? Sounds good to me. That is one complicated girl. Hope she learns to trust me more moving forward.
Sicherlich.